Well, I think it's pretty obvious that this is, there's a lot of acrimony going on in this election. So I'm going to ask this next question. Since the fire service is really customer or community service, what would you do once the vote is over to make sure that the specific unique community needs are satisfied? And I think that, you know, is still a willingness to listen to all sides of the community, even if you disagree with what happened. So, Mr. McIntosh, can you take that one on first?
Well, the people that know me know that I tend to put the needs of my community first. And tend not to hold grudges to the point at which they affect my ability to continue to do the best job that I can possibly do. I think that's been demonstrated a number of times, again, sitting as a negotiator with a labor organization. Those of you who sat in that seat know the kind of rhetoric that can sometimes surround those kind of negotiations. And I think I've shown that following those negotiations, I'm capable of continuing to do my job without taking vengeance.
Thank you. Let's see. Mr. Riddell.
Can I hear the question one more time, please?
Oh, just since the fire service is really customer or community service, what would you do once the vote is over to make sure the specific, unique community needs are satisfied? Kind of
well, well, it's hard to, you know, see which way they're going on that one. I think we've been doing that. I mean, if you look at the Exhibit E and the complaint that it's one of the longest ones in the state of California, that's what we've been trying to do. We've been trying to meet the needs of the community. It's not a one-size-fits-all. This community has unique needs and requirements and certain training requirements to fulfill the service requirements. And I think as a board member, you have to look at the community as a whole, figure out what services are needed and how you can go, what's the best way in going about and providing those services. And I think if you look at our Exhibit E, which someone complained about, that's exactly what we tried to do. We tried to meet all the service needs within the community.
Thank you. Mr. McCusick.
Well, regarding community needs, it seems to me that the three directors were recalling. The community they're really thinking of is those nice guys over the hill that are going to become unemployed firefighters. And it's on July, they want to give jobs for those nice guys on July 1st, right at fire season. And that from what I hear of these gentlemen talking, their mind is wrapped around the fire department, the technicalities of it, and the contract that authorizes it. And when I walked my precinct, the ground truth was CAL FIRE was starting the motors and getting to the emergencies as fast as anybody could possibly be asked. And that this is the really wonderful service that is actually, they're trying to serve the people despite all this talk about contracts.
Thank you. Ms. Anderson, how would you bring the community together?
When I first became involved in the recall last July when it first started, and was kind of the wrangler of the signature gatherers. By the way, John Lynch would love to know that he is a professional organization that was hired to collect signatures. Boy, that's a big promotion for him. I collected a lot of signatures. I didn't get one dime for it. I don't know anyone else who collected signatures besides John Lynch. Not to mention the fact that accepting money to collect signatures ain't a crime, okay? I live in Kenyatta Cove. We get 85% of the business from the fire district in Kenyatta Cove. And I have been out walking in my community for the last several days, handing out my business card with my phone number and telling everybody, if you have any concerns, once I'm elected to the fire board, you call me. I will make sure that your voice is heard on the fire board. Not one person.
Thank you. And finally, Mr. Alfano.
I'm all about my community. I got a track record to prove it. Boys and Girls Club board president. I'm on the CEF board. I'm on 3 appointed school trustee boards. I have a business here in town, and that's what is my issue with this. We need a local fire department that's the hub of our community. We've got 3 stations in 3 great parts of our community, and when you have employees coming through the system, they're great people, but you have an agency that they work for that doesn't look at creating a community where there's long-term local employees. And that to me is a big issue. And we can fix that by having our own local fire department and trying to hire as many local people as possible. You can't make everybody live here, but you can certainly make it a positive. And one of the things that needs to be known is we're not involved with any of that hiring process. We hired Dan Belleville. He hired a professional agency called Fire Hire. They're dealing with that. We have no say in what's going on there. All we asked was try to look for local people if possible. That's it.
Thank you. Let's see, I just gotta